Good morning all. What have we got on the bench today? We've got this continuing project, the Tedelex TE-6000, which I'm doing a full restoration on. This is a Cybernet MK1 chassis, single board, 40 channel radio, which was upgraded from 18. Already finished the coffee. What is the project that we're focusing on? To get this radio working, at the time I didn't have any spare VCOs, which I use Razor Radios, Ray Constantian and his VCOs. Here's one right here. This is for the A model GE or any Cybernet Mark 1 chassis. I'm going to be installing that in this. This radio, I put a used one from the parts bin in. Before you take the top off. And it's just in right there. So we're going to remove that and put that in. I'll leave a link in the description for Razor Radios. So that you can also access Ray's products. This is just a very simple, this is something that anybody can do with soldering skills. It's very straightforward. It's not rocket science. It takes about 15 minutes, probably about 20 minutes by the time the project is finished. Now, what were some of the symptoms of this radio when I got it? That led me to suspect, well, first of all, the voltage was varying on at the VCO, at the test point. The second thing is that the radio would not TX. It, at the top end of the band, it would put a tiny bit of output out in the bottom end of the band. And this is the area we're going to be desoldering here. When the slug in the VCO was damaged, which led me to believe somebody else had had a go at the radio. This is another Cybernet chassis. So we're talking about the ZZ series large steel VCO. So this, on this one, the slug was pretty much gone. So I removed it, replaced it with another one which was also playing up, and the radio came alive. It started TXing. I was able to do an alignment, an RX and TX alignment, and but it's not perfect. So today we're just going to install that, and the first job is to remove solder from, what are we going to do? We're going to do this one, this one, this one, this one. We're going to remove the can ground or earths and clean those up, and we won't be using those in the new one. All right, when I have more, I'll show more. Okay, desoldered the cans and just broken the tabs with a slight push away from the solder. So they're now free. I've done the same to these 3 pins here and these 3 pins here. So basically what we're going to do is just, I start by pushing on the case mounts until we get movement, and we slowly push the VCO out. When it's removed, I'll come back. Sometimes these can be a little stubborn, so I carry a range of just stainless steel surgical tools, and we're going to use this and come in from the top and remove. Okay, the VCO is out. Now, as you can see, oh gee, sorry about the fingers. Over the years, again, due to the supply, things like the Razer Radios VCOs haven't been available until hobbyists developed them. But this has had quite a bit of work done to it. The can was it's had the board taken out, removed, fixed, and a lot of effort in the past has gone to fixing these and all of the components inside. I'll now start to clean up the board, and we're getting prepared for the installation. Okay, I've cleaned off the solder pads in preparation for soldering. So this, and this one, and this one. Remove solder from here with wick, and this one here, and then resoldered the shield on the other side of the board to this one here, and now we're ready for install. So once you have these out and you're preparing for the install, just go through and straighten the pins, and that will help it easier during the drop-in stage. For that, just use your VCO as a guide. Right, so we are going into that area there, and you notice that one of the first things that we did with this radio was put in a O2A chip holder, and therefore if anything happens in the future we're not damaging the underneath of the board, soldering, resoldering and doing all of that. So it's just something that I harp on about this, but in every video I put in a chip holder. Okay, VCO's in. Now we'll just cut the legs off from underneath. Again, what I use here is just a set of side clippers. Okay, job done. All cleaned up. Removed the flux. On one of the holes we had a, where is it? This one right here. Had a torn donut that was uncovered underneath the solder. But that's okay, it's a perfect electrical connection. Right, now it's buttoning up and testing. Okay, we've got the radio turned on. We've got it set to 40 in AM, and it's just over 5 watts. Set it to channel 1. Just under 5 watts. There we go. There's not much activity on at the moment. It's a wet day here in Melbourne. Alright, there we go. I'll button her back up. We're leaving the case screws and everything out of this. We're still waiting on a faceplate to be returned from America, which I've had redone, and I'll show you more about that in the future. Thank you, and remember, you can do it.